We finally have some early average draft position data, so let's talk about it next on Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. Welcome into FBT in 5. As always, make sure to follow and stream us on Spotify. Today is Tuesday, November 23rd. I am Frank Stanfield, and I am all alone today, but that is okay. I mentioned we have some ADP. 14 drafts have happened over at the NFBC. That's the National Fantasy Baseball Championship. So we'll do some ADP battles, some standouts to this point, and I crowdsourced these. I asked some questions on Twitter and Facebook, and the first one that we got was Mike Trout at pick 15.9 versus Freddie Freeman at pick 18.7. And Mike Trout, we know that when he's on the field, he's still going to be really, really good. He played 36 games this past season, 333 batting average, 8 homers, 2 steals. Going to miss time, though. It seems like he's going to miss time. 33% of his games he has missed to injury since the start of 2017. Stolen bases down a little bit, but obviously when he plays, the power and the batting average still really, really good for Mike Trout. Freddie Freeman, you know what you're going to get. Solid as a rock, 295 plus batting average in 6 straight seasons. Going to give you 30 plus home runs. Great counting stats. He chips in 6 to 8 steals regularly. Don't think he has the same power upside as a Mike Trout, but much more dependable. He's only missed 7 games over the last 4 seasons. On top of that, there's really not many standouts at the first base position this upcoming season. You have Vlad, who's going to go in the first round. Freddie Freeman's going to go probably early second round more often than not. There's some names in that mid-range, but there's not that many standouts. I know it sounds like I'm going to go with Freddie Freeman here, but I'm not. I'm actually going to go with Mike Trout. I think when he is healthy, he is still clearly better than someone like Freddie Freeman. He's going to give you more power, probably a little bit more speed. I think probably a better batting average as well. So a little bit lower floor for Mike Trout, but I think the upside is better. I will go with him. At third base, we have a few going in the second, early third round, and Rafael Devers at pick 19.4 versus Manny Machado at 26.9. I think this just comes down to what you want, right? If you're playing in a roto or a categories league, then Rafael Devers going to give you more pop, probably going to give you more counting stats, more runs, more RBI. He's going to give you less steals. There's no doubt about it. He had an awesome season this past year, finished as a number 12 overall player in 5x5 Roto. He's now finished as a top 12 overall player in 2 of the past 3 seasons. So we know what Rafael Devers' upside is. StatCast absolutely loves this guy too, completely crushes the ball. Manny Machado took a little bit of a step back. The 28 home runs, definitely a little bit underwhelming, but I think maybe that was related to the ball. They changed the ball before the season. They de-juiced it a little bit. So home runs take a little bit of a step back. But the StatCast data tells us that Manny Machado, probably a little bit unlucky this past season. 290 expected batting average, 517 expected slug. Those were both better than his actual batting average and his actual slugging percentage. So I like both of these players quite a bit. I think Rafael Devers' upside is still higher. While you're going to get less steals, you're going to get more pop. I think a similar batting average from both Devers and Machado, definitely going to get more counting stats than from Rafael Devers. So I will take him over Manny Machado. Let's go to a few shortstops. We have Wander Franco at pick 47.7 and Francisco Lindor at 53.2. Wander Franco comes up this year, plays 70 games, 288 batting average, 7 homers, 53 runs scored, only 2 steals, has that ridiculous 43-game on-base streak, and the guy looks ahead of his age. He's just turned 21 years old or about to turn 21 years old. Great plate discipline, great eye at the plate, doesn't strike out, makes a lot of contact. Just wonder what the upside is his second year, right? How much power, how much speed are we going to get? If I'm projecting him 20 to 22 homers, maybe he gets to double-digit steals, really good batting average, going to score a lot of runs. Don't want to downplay that. But I think Francisco Lindor could still be better. It was a disappointing season from him. First season with the New York Mets, obviously signs that mega contract. 20 homers, 10 steals in 125 games. Something clicked for him in September where he hit 257, 9 homers, and 895 OPS. So it's a small sample size. I don't want to put too much stock into that, but Lindor does have an extensive track record. I think we're looking 260 to 270 for Lindor, 25 plus home runs, 12 to 15 steals, pretty good counting stats as well. So it's close. But I'm going to take the reliability of Francisco Lindor. I thought we were going to get him at more of a discount too. So that is a little bit surprising at this point. That's going to do it. For more extensive fantasy baseball coverage, listen to the Fantasy Baseball Today podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, your smart speakers, or anywhere else podcasts are found. And thanks for listening to Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Make sure to stay safe throughout the course of the week as well. We'll be back again next week on Tuesday. Bye-bye.